Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Jackie's Garden Spot. I am Jackie, growing in Zone 8B, Alabama. And on today, we will look at things that we need to harvest out in the garden, and we will also look at some changes that we're making for the summer garden spot. So let's get started, guys. The tomatoes are looking very good. I do need to come in and harvest some out in between the rains. That's what I'm going to do today. And of course, down here, as you can see, they are turning a little yellow in this area. So I'm going to come in and trim that off so that all of that, um, if it's disease or whether they're dying or whatever, that part of the leaves, I'm going to trim the bad parts off. And I need to fertilize today as well. So first, we're going to go ahead and harvest some of these off. Looks like that. And these are the sun gold tomatoes. They're doing wonderful. Um, and of course, they do make more. So we have a bunch of these that I'm going to harvest off, and I'm come right back, guys, and show you what we ended up with. This is one of the Cherokee purple tomatoes that I just pulled. Um, It's not looking the best. However, I went ahead and pulled it because of all of the rain is causing it to crack a little, and it's still salvageable. So I'm going to harvest that one and just cut around it, and we will eat it in a salad. I want to show you all the spoon tomatoes. This is my first year trying the spoon tomatoes. They were like a free gift from Baker Creek, but I don't think I'm going to try these anymore. For one thing, they're too hard to kind of take the time and pick all of these little tomatoes off of here, although they are good in salads. But they're just so tiny and it's so many of them. So I'm gonna let this one stay for the season, but I'm not gonna grow these again. I don't. My recommendation is I don't like these. So that's my review of these is that I don't like them. If you have some, let me know. What do you think of them? Now I've trimmed all of the dead or decaying leaves from most of the tomatoes. They are looking very good. This one is very pretty here, but they are looking very good. So I think that we are doing well with our tomato harvest this year and with keeping them from all of the diseases from the rain because we've been having a lot of rain, like every evening it's raining here. So far the tomatoes are doing well for the most part. I'm also going to come in today and harvest some more peppers because they are doing wonderful here. So we're going to harvest some of these. And again, these are the Anaheims. They are gigantic. And I don't think the bell peppers are ready yet. Let's see here. No, they can still use some more time here. So I'm going to wait. The shishito peppers are ready, more than ready. Look at that. We have some that are turning colors here, so they're going to be a bit spicy. So I'm going to remove the bigger ones and we'll eat some of these tonight for dinner. As I'm harvesting peppers, I wanted to show you guys the cayennes. They are filling in wonderfully. See that? Filling in very good. And then we have some more shishitos to be harvested. And of course, as you know, the more peppers you pull, the more still come on here. So we have a lot of peppers to harvest, and I'm going to come back on after I harvest these and show you what we ended up with as well. Okay, so I stopped so that we can see the harvest so far. So we have some Isis candy tomatoes, some sun golds, some spoon, and we have one Cherokee purple. We have some poblano peppers, some shishito peppers, um, Anaheim peppers, um, some jalapeno peppers. So we have a lot of peppers here that we can do a lot with. Also the tomatoes, guys. So that's the harvest so far for today. And let's go on through the garden and see what else needs to be done. The tomatoes, again, we've cut off most of the damaged leaves off of those, and I see some more as I'm talking to you, so I'm going to keep cutting those off so that the damage will not spread to the other tomatoes. Also, we need to look at the corn section, so stay tuned for that. So this is the corn section, and as you know, we did harvest the corn a few days ago, and so I did leave the bearing stalks in the ground. I do need to come in and pull them out and replace them with the other corn that I plan to put in here so that it can grow across the summer. And look at this. You see that? Gosh, they're already here, those bugs. So to stop all of the bugs and all of the, well, we're never going to stop all the bugs because it's the summer and we're in the south. So to kind of cut down on so many bugs and so much disease, I am going to come in and pull that up and go ahead and hopefully my corn is already started in my cell trays, and I'll go ahead and replace that down. So what you may not know, but let me explain my reasoning for doing a lot of succession planting this year. We have an ecosystem out here. So in any garden, you have these symbiotic relationships. And symbiotic relationships are those relationships that work for the good and the bad of any ecosystem. And within the symbiotic relationships, you do have those parasites, you have mutualism, and you have commensalism. Commensalism is those organisms that will benefit the environment, but they are in your environment, but they're neither harming nor hurting your environment as well, but they are in the environment, such as your praying mantis. They're not harming the environment, they are benefiting the environment. Then you have mutualism, such as your earthworms and your bees and your butterflies that are in here to pollinate your um, fruits and vegetables. And they are helping you and they're getting a return back because they're getting the nutrients. And then you have those parasites, such as those vine borers. They're in here to destroy the ecosystem. They're in here to destroy your crops. Those hornworms on your tomatoes, they're in here to destroy your crops. They're not intentionally destroying them, but they are to you, but they are getting a benefit from them. So do remember your symbiotic relationships in your garden, and that's going to help you go a long way. I always think about that when I'm out here in my garden, and I just wanted to share that bit of knowledge with you guys. A prime example with talking about parasitic relationships. This is the squash and the zucchini. So I do need to come in here and I do need to pull it up because the vine borers are in here and they are hurting those things. However, I still do have zucchini coming along, as you can see there. So but I think that I'm just going to cut my losses and I'm going to go ahead and pull it all up when I pull up the corn, and we'll just put something else down these 3 rows. And of course, you do see that the watermelon is spreading across. So I just may just let the watermelon spread across. I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it. It's just thoughts that's going on here this morning as I'm looking around the garden, guys. So we'll see. These are our bush beans. As you can see, we have a lot of flowers. We have some forming, and I've just harvested a few right here. This one looks a little yellow, so I will come back in with some fish fertilizer, maybe, and maybe a little disease and pest control to help that one along. And then we have one back here that's just really coming out. It was shaded from all of the zucchini and the delicata squash that was growing over its head. So I did go in and pull that up. So maybe it'll come on out. And then we have our bush beans over here that's coming along very well. Can you see that, guys? They're coming along very well. I just need to move this zucchini out of the way so that it won't crowd it out. So, and as we go on back, you can see our okra that's filling in very beautifully, coming on very beautifully. We have blooms back there and they are still filling in. So we are transforming the garden for the summer, from the spring now to the summertime. So a lot of changes will be occurring here as we are taking out things and we are putting in things. And so we're going to bring you along for all of that. Our cucumber is doing wonderful. We've harvested off of it twice now, and we have some more Tokyo Long coming in. We have some bait apple at the bottom there, and then our Metki is not, the flowers are here blooming, but we haven't had anything to harvest from that side yet. So there are three different types of cucumbers here. The ginger is still doing beautifully, and also the turmeric. So we'll keep watching that, and hopefully we'll have some of that to harvest for the fall months coming up to the winter months, so that we will be able to put some of that away. While we're out here, let's go ahead and do an update on the watermelon. They're coming in beautifully, beautifully. So we do have three types of watermelon in here. And we can tell and we see that from the colors and the shapes. And in this section, we did plant in, I think it was honeydew melon. I see a lot of blooms, and hopefully we will get some honeydew this year. I don't know, because we do have a lot spread it out through here. And as you can see, that big watermelon there, it's coming along very nicely. I don't want to walk over in here, because from the research it was saying as they spray it out, do not walk into the watermelon patch, because you don't know what vines you are damaging when you do that. And as always, they are still trying to grow outside of their boundaries. So I am still picking that up and moving it along here. And we have one hidden in there. So we have a lot of watermelons coming in. If you can see that one. And this one doesn't look like a watermelon. It looks more like a honeydew. I'm not sure. We'll know once it gets right. I'm going to wait on those tendrils to die back, and we'll see what that is right there. But it's a pretty canary yellow color, if you can see that. Can you see that, guys? Let me see if you can see that. See it right there? Very pretty color. So I don't know what it is, but we'll see. And then, I don't know. I may need to keep my hands out of here since it's bushing up now, because we don't know what's in here, and it's been raining a lot. My husband did kill a snake recently, but not at the garden near his workshop over there. So we're gonna just hope that they stay out of the property altogether. And so our banana leaves are doing very well. The banana tree overall is doing very well. There are four, so I like for there to be normally three, to get them to keep growing and come on out. So I normally just tear it up, put it back around the banana leaf for more nutrients. And then there's that um, watermelon that's growing right up under there, and it's doing its own thing. So I'm going to leave it. We have a lot going on in the watermelon patch. And so as you can see, these are growing outside of the limits here. And I'm almost scared to move them, but I am. I want to push them back up in there and see what happens. I don't think anything is in this area yet. So yeah, that's the watermelon. We have so much in there that's growing. In this section, I think I put cantaloupe, and I think I see one right over there. It's a bright yellow one. I'm very excited to see that. And then I see a sugar baby watermelon back over that way. Speaking of the changes that we are making in the garden, we did come in and move the grow tower or the stackable. And so now we can see the peanuts very well, very clearly now. And I'm going to come in. I've been weeding out because the weeds like to get tangled up in there, but they're doing beautifully. Those are all of our peanuts. And then I did come in and separate some of the Egyptian walking onion out. And as you can see, that stalk did fall on over, and you see the bubbles. They're probably going to form right there if I don't separate them out, but I can go ahead and separate them and plant them in, and it'll just make more onions. But if they're falling to the ground, then they will reseed themselves and make more onions as well. And in the center of that, I just put in some green onion there because we like to come out and get that green onion to eat in our salad. So I just put a little batch there. And our shampoo ginger is still doing quite lovely. My concern is that it's going to shade out all of my grapevine, so I will come in and cut it back because that's the grapevine. It's still living and doing well. It's just not growing as fast as I thought that it would. And then the muscadine vine is on its way. It's off and running. I did transplant a comfrey plant right here, so hopefully it will take off and do its thing there. For the most part, we are doing wonderful. Our sweet potatoes did come in, and we're going to go there and discuss that. So these are our potato slips that were ordered from, I think it's called Southern Seed Exchange. They did not come looking the best. Um, and this is an improvement from the way that they came to us. So what I did was I went ahead and made seed snails to develop the root systems on these. These are the purple majesty potatoes. So in a few days, I'm going to check back on the root system. And if the root system looks good and it looks like they are doing well, then I'll go ahead and I'll put them in grow bags. But it's a very good improvement because they look like they were dying when they were first received. Okay, and so the next one that I ordered from them was called the Beauregard sweet potato. And again, they are very much improved from the way that I received them. So again, I did the seed snail, and as you can see, it's paying off. Look at that root system already. So I went ahead and made seed snails out of each one of them to develop the root system before planting them. So that's the Beauregard, and then we have the white bonita, and that one's looking really well. It has made a tremendous improvement. So I'm happy with how they turned out, but I'm told that they will, root very fast anyway, but I just did not feel comfortable planting them in my grow bags until I could see some improvement in them and until they looked much healthier. And I just think that that would give me more of a potato, uh, bigger potatoes, healthier potatoes to harvest. Another change that we did to the garden was that we moved the strawberries. We gave away quite a few strawberries, but we also moved the remaining strawberries to grow bags, which I will show you. These are the grow bags that we moved our strawberries to, and we also have another uh, grow box that we moved strawberries to as well. But we gave away quite a few, so we'll show you the grow box as well. Of course, this is the grow box. It's nothing new. You've seen the grow box before, but we also have strawberries growing in the grow box. And we have quite a few calendula that we will harvest out as well today. As you can see, we put an owl decoy there in the noise. I will show you in a moment, but we've had to put up some decoys to keep the birds from eating up the tomatoes and from eating up the strawberries here at the garden spot. So that's one of the decoys. You see the owl and he's moving, and let me show you the other decoys. We have also invested in these sensors, and they are really loud because we also have deer here. So the deer will come and eat up the corn. They will eat up the okra if you're not careful and you're not very watchful. So we do have those decoys, and they are quite loud. And let me turn you to show you why we invested in purchasing those. You can see in the back of our property, we have a lot of wooded area. In that wooded area, we have a lot of wildlife there. We have coon, we have um, eagles, we have possums, and we have deer, we have fox, so forth. So we do have to keep out the wildlife because there is no fencing around my garden. So as we conclude this episode, it has been fun hanging out with you today. As always, I certainly appreciate you taking the time out to continue to do what you do for our channel here at the Garden Spot. And until the next episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to see more content. Until the next time, guys, be well and be blessed. Bye, guys.